Welcome to the world of misfit toys. Probably it was this tagline that attracted me to the perks of being a wallflower. Maybe not. I've had this book in my life for so long that I don't even really remember. Yes, it's a book. It is also a movie, and one of the very few that actually got the book right. Bonus points, it has the amazing, wonderful, and talented Emma Watson in it. One more incentive for you to check it out. This book is not actually a typical book, it is just a series of letters a almost 16-year-old boy sends out to a stranger who he has heard about. Let me read a few lines from the first page of the book for you to actually understand. August 25, 1991. Dear friend, I am writing to you because she said you listen and understand and didn't try to sleep with that person at that party even though you could have. I just need to know that someone out there listens and understands and doesn't try to sleep with people even if they could have. I need to know that these people exist. I think you of all people would understand that because I think you of all people are alive and appreciate what that means. At least I hope you do, because other people look to you for strength and friendship, and it's that simple. At least that's what I've heard. So, this is my life, and I want you to know that I am both happy and sad, and I'm still trying to figure out how that could be. Sometimes, all you need is to know that there exists someone who really listens, who is really listening, not hearing, without judgment, without giving their own anecdotes or remedies, just listening and letting you be, and vent and cry and be hopeless and be hopeful. Every time I need that, I go back to Charlie and his letters. So recently, I was ranting about this fact to somebody that, as it happens with everybody who collects books, that somebody took it to read and didn't bother returning it, and I don't even know who that person is. But I so badly wanted to hold the book in my hands. And that somebody ended up giving me the hard copy of that book. My original copy wasn't even a hard copy because college students are broke and hard copies are expensive. And it didn't matter because I had the book. But I am so grateful because this book is the 20th edition. And after 20 years of not writing a single letter, Charlie wrote a letter again as an adult. And that letter, anybody that you think needs hope, and maybe in a little way, it is going to change your perception of life. I hope it does. And even if it doesn't, it is a damn good letter. So let's begin. September 18, 2012. Dear friend, I haven't sent a letter to you for 20 years. I didn't even know if this is still the right place to send it. But I'm going to send it anyway and hope that you find it. It would mean the world to me if you found it. Because I want to say thank you. Years ago, there was a very sad kid who needed a whole lot of help. And writing to you was the beginning of that help. Whatever I've learned as an adult, I have never forgotten what it was like to be that kid. What it was like to feel like no one could understand these feelings because I couldn't understand them myself. I have never forgotten feeling sad or crazy or depressed or outside of my own self and own body. And on the great days, I have never forgotten what it was like to go on those drives with those songs and with those beautiful people whom I still call friends. That kid wrote some letters and sent them out into the world to a stranger he had heard about. And then something amazing happened. He wrote back. I know I didn't enclose my real name or address, but somehow my letters were shared. People passed them around the way Patrick's poem was, xeroxed and traded, whispered like a secret password. However it happened, it happened. You read my letters, and then some of you wrote back. You sent letters to random addresses. Some of them were forwarded along to me. Maybe some of them weren't. I don't know if I got all of them, but I got enough of your letters to realize something extraordinary. And if you could see the boxes and boxes of letters that I have received for the last 20 years, you would know what I know. Once and for all, forever and always, you are not alone. Understand, friend, there are millions of us, millions of people who struggle with and overcome all sorts of problems. You would be shocked to know how many people understand exactly what you're going through. That doesn't mean that what you are going through is somehow less meaningful, special, unique. On the contrary, it means that what you are going through is more. It is important. It deserves to be seen, spoken of, and understood. It is 20 years now. 20 years of receiving your letters. And I can't tell you how many times they've saved me that day, or made me cry, or laugh, or believe, or hope that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can't tell you what it's like to read a letter from the young woman who was going to kill herself, read my letters, and decided not to. And she is now in her 30s. She is happily married. She has children. The dark time is over for her, just like it will pass for you. So if these words make sense, if you have known these stories yourself, if you have experienced or witnessed abuse, physical, sexual, emotional, if you have struggled with mental illness of any kind, or love someone who does, if you are surrounded by those who call what you are different instead of beautiful, if your mind or body has cried out for peace and acknowledgement and understanding, just know you are part of an infinite family. The people who have been through terrible things and survived them. If you are reading these words, you won today. You are here. You are alive. You have options. You can wait out a bad situation. Move on. Fight back. Get out. Break up. Call. Ask her or him out. Write that book. Write that song. Listen to the music. Take the drive. Take the chance. And live. Whatever strategy you choose, you win. There are so many more of us than there will ever be of them. And we can find each other. And we can help each other. And we can talk to each other. And we can build great lives. Happiness is not this thing for other people. It is for you. It is for me. It is for all of us. We all get an ending. Whether or not it's happy is up to us. That is my long way of saying thank you, dear friend. 20 years ago, a young man wrote some letters. You wrote him back, and a grown man was inspired to write again. So, just in case this ends up being my last letter, I want to answer one question. The question I have been asked the most since your letters found their ways to me. Whatever happened to Charlie? And I can tell you what happened to Charlie in 3 words. He made it. And so will you. Love always, Charlie.